total ROI is 5,929%. Spent almost $32 for almost $2,000 in revenue.
Building our business, helping brands like yours build up and just like experience growth, and then be able to, do some of the things that we all want to do, and that are things that are enabled by business success, right? And that's why I wanted to kind of have you hop on today, right? You're one of our successful 10K Club Award winners with Clout Coffee. For those of you that are just tuning in live, this is CEO Carol Sprunk, the boss lady all the way out there in Nebraska. Clout Coffee, 10K Club Award winner, serial entrepreneur. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So, we want to talk to you a little bit about like your experience just as a seller, your journey from kind of getting started to kind of where you're at. Maybe drop a couple tips for some of the newbies, and just really things that are going to help folks understand what it's going to take to get to the next level. Right. So we can start off just by talking about, kind of you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your background and your brand.
Yeah, sure. So as Mike mentioned, my name is Carol Sprunk. I'm the founder and CEO of Clout Coffee, which is a barrel-aged coffee business, a brand that I started out of a ultimate desire to empower and bring community together over a great cup of coffee. Outside of that, I'm also a magazine publisher. So I own and publish 2 magazines in Omaha, Nebraska. And that's really kind of where I have a strong passion in for telling people's stories through print publications. I think it builds brand credibility and it gives confidence to those that we're sharing stories about. So that is me. I have 3 boys at home. When I'm not hustling business, I'm taking care of kids, and that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. I don't know. You are the ultimate. You're like my wife. Like, you guys are just wired to be able to do so many different things. It's so many, like me, I get tunnel vision, right? I have to focus and then move to the next thing. And then, I'll put VAs and other people in place. Like you're amazing that you can, see in the matrix like that. Right.
Well, and that's why it's great to work with you, Mike, because you help me narrow my focus. You're like, if you're going to go 100 miles an hour, go in one lane, so I'm trying to travel down a freeway and I'm like cutting across 20 different lanes of traffic. And you're like, just get these things done. And so that's why I like you.
Yeah. That's true. Lord knows there's a million things that you can do. It's a question of what you should do. Right. So tell us a little bit more about barrel-aged coffee and what that is exactly.
Yeah, so I love coffee by day and bourbon and whiskey by night. And so we started incorporating that into the brand Clout. So what we do is we take green coffee beans and we age them in bourbon barrels. And what started as bourbon soon became rye, rum, and single malt whiskey barrels as well. And so for us, it's we're in that niche craft coffee market where we're offering, kind of an indulgent coffee experience, not just your typical cup of coffee, but something with a little more oomph.
There you go. Right. And that was exciting for me because, like me, I'm big on my whiskey and my rum, right? Mm-hmm. Those are my 2 favorites. But there's also like a branding lane that with your coffee. Like, who is your coffee for specifically?
So specifically, it would be like your coffee aficionados, the people who are looking for an experience, something unique and different. We find a lot of people that are also cigar aficionados are coffee aficionados, but people that are really looking for not just a standard, bulk coffee, and especially businesses that want or individuals that want to support, a woman-owned business and that overall message. If my ultimate goal is to get to a point with this brand where we can take profits from the company and then go back and support entrepreneurs and startup organizations, because that's the boat I'm in right now, and it's hard. It's very, very difficult. So yes.
Yeah, no, that what you just said there is why, one, I like your brand a lot, because it speaks to people like me. And again, just, power any grind, right? It speaks to those of us, right? Pretty much everybody watching this, the ones that are up late at night, right? When other people are watching Netflix and doing whatever, like our grind mode is just, it's activated. We're the ones that are doing what it takes to push forward and stand out. We're the ones that are, that need that extra fuel, right? And I love that as a lane. And then I also like what you said about your bigger vision, right? Mm-hmm. Things outside the brand. That is a big part. Like, people will ask me, like, okay, if you have a brand, and obviously we just started another supplement brand as well, like, why do you do coaching programs? Why do you help other people? Honestly, it's because Alyssa will tell you guys, right? I call it like multi-level legacy, right? Multi-level it's like MLM, right? By helping other folks reach their financial goals and build their own systems and their own businesses and brands and generate that extra revenue, it enables y'all to go and invest and create and do other things. Most of you guys, the ones that are serious about building brands, have bigger visions, right? Legacies that they want for their family, or ways that they want to be able to impact their community. And that takes capital, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So if I can help you guys generate the revenue, generate the success to do better for your families, do better for your communities, and actually build some of your goals, I'm kind of doing it by extension, right?
Mm-hmm. For sure.
So it's pure greed, okay?
but in a really good way. In a really good way. Yeah.
Goodwill greed, we call it, right?
Yeah.
So this is Carol's store here, right? So you've done quite a bit of updates and stuff on here. So again, you're doing a lot of the things that we talk about when it just comes to optimizing your store and different things that are going to boost your conversion, right? I will say this, and I think your VA probably added that, but let's get rid of these social media things up here, right? Yeah.
I think we had them gone, and then they just came back up again.
Yeah. Let her see. And folks, I'm sorry, right? I can't turn off. I'm always thinking about optimization. I'm always thinking about things that are going to help you make money, right? Just because, Carol, people and everybody watching, people read from left to right, right? So their eyeballs start up here. And if the first thing that they're seeing and potentially doing is, oh yeah, I have an Instagram, let me go check you out over there. Click. And then, oh man, I forgot my password.
Yeah.
Bye-bye, right? So let's kill that. Other than that, we're super, super solid there, right? And again, you got great products. There's quite a bit that you're doing there to help you convert, mass amount of people, and of course, really attract them to your brand as well. For people that aren't buying today, right? I think you just sent out a text message the other day, and how was the ROI on that one?
Oh my gosh, I spent $1.59 and made, at least $55. I haven't logged back in to see if more sales came through from that or not, but I don't know how you calculate ROI on something like that, because it's just ROI on the whole platform shows on the dashboard. It's loading now. So
click send to make money.
Yeah. Last 365 days. Internet is so slow today. Our total ROI is 5,929%.
Yeah, and that's just texting. Right?
So, we spent almost $32 for almost $2,000 in revenue.
That's why you build your platforms, folks, right?
Yeah. So, it's good. Definitely. It's good.
So what type of problems did you face before you joined the program?
A lot of problems, actually. I thought that we did a great job at having a great product, but I didn't know how to. It's like that whole build it and they will come. And so we built it, we had a great brand, and then I had a website, and then I was like, nobody is coming. I don't understand. We have this great product. And so that was the biggest problem was, trying to then learn about like traffic. And that's the hard part is a lot of times you're either great at making a product or you're great at marketing a product, but finding someone that could be great at both, that's hard.
Yeah, especially if you don't have a background in marketing, right?
Yes, for sure.
So, I mean, yeah, the problems that you just described are what a lot of folks deal with, right? And that's how it should be. Like, you should fall in love with your products. You should fall in love with your vision, right? But we can't get so stuck in that vision that we don't do what it takes to actually get it in front of people and get people engaged with it enough that they want to take action on what they see, right?
Yep.
So,
for sure.
So what made you decide to work with us?
You know, you touched on it earlier because there are a lot of fake people out there that promise you the world and don't deliver on that. And unfortunately, we have to sometimes go through all that difficulty to get to something better. And I remember in one of our first conversations, I was like, hey, like you're showing me your Shopify store. So why on earth would you want to work with me for less money than you could just start another store and you could make a lot more? And you're like, because I have kids and I want them to think more about me as a person and I want to help people. And so that was it for me. Like that was, and I saw you commenting in other groups with just value. You weren't like going, hey, you know, I DM'd you for, you know, to do business with you or whatever. Like you weren't like throwing everything but the kitchen sink at people. You were just being helpful in groups and you're genuine in that you want to help people. So that was where, and then the proof is in the pudding. You're not afraid to like show people like, this is what I do. And yeah I drink the Kool-Aid.
Yeah. I forgot I told you my why. Yeah, I did. Yeah. See, folks, I can't help it, man. That's why I'm selective on who I talk to, right? Especially these days where even to talk to me a lot of time, I'll have you, first you'll speak with like Alyssa or a different one of our teammates or whatnot, because I care. Like I can't turn off, right? Yeah. I'm a real person. I care about your goals and what's going to make you get you where you need to go. And, I take it super personal, right? So that's why I try to make sure that, we deal with the right type of people, right? Yeah. And I can give away plenty of free value. Like I got 2 brands. It's not about, oh, do I need to turn everybody into a customer or have everyone like, oh, I want to be your agency. Like, no, it's not how we operate. Right. But if I can help you change your life and you have good products, like that's a thing, right? You have to have good, solid products. Otherwise, I don't really want to deal with you. Right?
Yep, for sure.
So what would you say you enjoyed the most about the Ecom Sales Engine program?
It's super structured in that like it starts with like the basics and then how to build that and then how to add on to that. And so it's very much a step-by-step platform and it's easy to implement. But like you pushing me is probably the best. Like I still remember, I don't know if it was like April 30th or April 31st last year. So like we've been together for a long time. And I had just got home for the day and you sent me a message and you're like, click send, make money. And I was like, okay, I'm going to run downstairs. I'm going to do an email campaign right now. And I had gone home like depleted. I was done, right? I was checking out for the day, for the month. And then I didn't want to let you down. So I sent a campaign and then had a couple $100 in sales. And I was like, see now I like that little we're all kind of climbing the ladder together, but you need to push other people a little bit. Like we're all going together, whether you like it or not. So if we have to drag you up the ladder or push you up the ladder, we're going.
Yeah. That's the sports background in me right there. I played football. I ran track pretty much my whole life. So, I'm super, hey, I'll take the extra shots after practice. I'll do the extra stuff. And right, not everybody's wired like that, but when you're especially just kind of getting rocking and you need the wins, right? You need wins under your belt to
sure.
keep you motivated to just let you, okay, this is why I'm doing it. And like even the little things make a difference, right? Especially when you're, at those levels, right? Like little things make a huge difference. And sometimes it is as simple as, hey, being half drunk, right? And you go out and you send an email campaign, a couple $100, and all I did was send an email. Hey, that's not bad, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Bigger list. Click send, make more money, right?
Yep.
Bigger list, click send, make more money, right? And then you can actually build relationships with folks, which is why it's important. That's why I talk to people about like building systems.
Yep.
Right? Like
makes you hungrier. You get a little taste. And we're hunters in this group, So
That's true. Right. Yeah. If you're not a hunter, and even we do a little bit of just like with this traffic and conversion group right here, right, which is like a completely different thing than e-com sales engine group. But even in this one, we do try to screen folks on their way in, because again, like we give you plenty of free information in here, right? There's plenty of free resources, plenty of tools to help you accomplish your goals. But we don't want people in here like spamming the group, or like you come in and now you're sharing a bunch of posts to come and shop at your store and doing a bunch of nonsense. Like that's not what we're about, right?
Yeah.
This is the sharks only, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
So,
for sure.
What are some of the things growth-wise that you've noticed since you joined the program? Like what's happened in your brand?
Well, we've increased our email list, and obviously increased sales, but our website is set up to convert people. Now it's not set up to just inform and educate people. So we've noticed that when you and all the things work together. So from your pop-ups to your email to your email, like your thank you messaging and everything. So when everything is firing off on all like pistons, right? Is that like I don't even know. I don't understand cars, but if it's all firing off, it all works together, right? So you need them all working together in your website, and from the product and your messaging to the audience you're sending it to, and then being consistent across the board. You don't want to have some emails have different verbiage from so you really want to think about the brand and the audience and speak to them and deliver a great product.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not enough to, like you said, just have a website or just be in it to make money, right? When you're building a brand, it goes deeper than that, right? And I know when you're sending out emails, you sometimes probably get random emails back from people like saying stuff or engaging, and that feels pretty cool, right?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, you find your VIP customers, the people who want to leave reviews, and the people who email you to tell you about the impact that they gave it as a gift, and how much people loved it. And then for the opportunity, because one of the challenges that we had to start working through towards Christmas was that we actually got so busy that I couldn't do it all myself anymore. So I had to bring in production help. And I remember when there were a couple orders that got mixed up, and so the wrong product went to two different people. And I said, you know what, we can look at the good side of this. This gives us an opportunity to go to the customer and say, we made a mistake, but we're making it correct. So you're actually getting your correct order coming to you. Take the other stuff and keep it, so it gives us an opportunity to be the hero in a situation and earn, more, I guess, brownie points with your customers, that you're not making things difficult. Like we don't make returns difficult. We don't I think the customer is almost always right? So we just try to make things easy, accessible, and make you want to come back.
Beautiful. Hey, people care when they know that you care, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of folks, right? Maybe before they joined a group like this and learned what it was like to actually build a brand, think it's, okay to just be like faceless and you're hiding behind your computer and no one really knows kind of what's going on, or like you don't care about your brand like that. You're just trying to make money, right?
Well, and you can see those stores. Like in other groups, people will post their store and you'll look at it and you're like, okay, I don't know anything about you. I don't know anything about I go to this store and there's product to buy. Why should I buy it? What is, motivating me to become a customer? And so that's really been one of the like aha moments in coming into this group, is that you need to be able to create an easy customer experience for people that come to your website so that they can convert. We want them, obviously, especially if it's paid traffic, you would love everybody to convert on that first visit, but it's like, like you say, dating, you're not asking someone to get married on the first date, or that's creepy. So you try to like woo them a little bit and then educate them. Like, here's why you're buying from me. And I'm the face of this company. And, this is a legit thing. I'm not, some fly by the night, store that just pops up around Christmas time to snag a few sales and then disappear. I'm here and this is my territory and I want you to be in my club.
Beautiful, beautiful. And listen, folks, like not everybody is trying to be like the face of their brand. Obviously, that's a role that Carol is comfortable in. Maybe some of you aren't, as comfortable being on camera or putting yourself in there, but that doesn't mean that your brand can't be about more than that, right?
Right.
That doesn't mean that your brand can't stand for something. You don't have to be plastered all over your brand for someone to get a good feeling about doing business with your brand, right? So don't ever feel like, you have to be the spokesperson, right? I'm not only the best customer, I'm the president type deal, right? But if your brand is about something, yeah.
Even if you think of like large companies, if you go into Target or Walmart, you already know how you're going to feel walking around and the layout and everything else. There's no one person that's the face of that. I'm not saying like, I just think going to a store and there's just products to buy. And sometimes they don't even make sense. You have a whole slew of products that you're like, okay, I wonder what the purpose is of this. Like, what's the overall goal? And that's where, like, even having people go to your website that have never been there before and get that feedback. And that's why I like this group, is that we have a group of like-minded people that can provide valuable feedback on the things that you're doing and ideas that you want to try, and what someone might think when they come to your website that's never been there before.
Right, there you go. Right, because it's sharks only, folks. Right, you got to be able to take the you take the opportunity not as an attack, but as an opportunity to build and come back even stronger, so you can eat more. Right, and you dropped a nugget on them when you said, when you were talking about when people are visiting your store and how you want to create like an easy customer experience, right? Something smooth. Are there any other tips that you might want to drop for someone who's, struggling to get a little bit of traction and reach the level that you're at right now?
I think it's always being proactive rather than reactive. Think of, what your audience is doing when they're not on your website. And for us, we're running, paid traffic to the website, but I just signed a deal with a YouTube influencer yesterday, who's got a really large subscriber base. So, affiliate links and reaching out to, as a publisher, reaching out to publications. Some of them are paid editorial. So, you're going to pay for your editorial, experiences, but then there's other opportunities. There's, help a reporter out. There's opportunities to be featured in articles, be the authority figure in your space and let people know that. And it's just, people need to see it over and over again, sometimes before they they trust you enough to become a customer.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. One thing that hasn't changed in this dawn of the internet and instant gratification is the old marketing adage, like it takes a customer they have to be exposed to your brand like 7 times before they're willing to buy, right? Every now and then, sure, you'll get the impulsive first date types, right?
Sure.
But for the most part, like they gotta, okay, now I know about you, right? Okay, cool. Then I see you again. Okay, I guess you're legit. Maybe I'll actually pay more attention to you. Oh, other people are vibing. You know what? Your product is kind of interesting. But what if oh, wow, you're actually cool. Let me give you a chance, right? It's like,
well, and I saw an order come through yesterday, and it said that it was their like 14 sessions. So someone, they became a first-time customer after 14 times to the website. So, but I mean, think like we're all like, you got kids and a lot of people, like if you're on your phone and or on your computer and you're looking at buying something, but your phone rings or your kid falls down or someone knocks at your door or whatever, like life is so distracting right now. And so we need to think about how to, it sounds greedy, but how to get them to convert quicker, faster, make it easy. And that's the other thing, like think about, make a purchase from yourself on your website and see how easy it is. I can't tell you how many stores I go to from a product that I've had and I may be interested in buying it again, and it doesn't like pre-fill my information, or it doesn't connect my credit card or PayPal information, so then if I have to get up and go get my purse and type all that stuff in, I'm not likely to convert right then and there. So I want you, like when you come to the store, if you have made up your mind, especially if you're coming from a search engine like Google, where you are specifically looking right now for this type of product, I want you to be able to, just like on Amazon, my gosh, I could buy something at a stoplight on Amazon if I need to. It's that quick, easy. And that's what we've become used to, accustomed to. I mean, Amazon is training us that when we want something right now, by gosh, it'll be at your door in 2 hours.
Right. And can't always replicate that part, right? In fact, it's almost impossible to replicate the fulfillment end of things that Amazon does. Right. But you guys have the ability to do something that you can't with Amazon, and that's actually build a relationship. Amazon is pure transaction. It's easy transaction. Right. It's everything that you want right now, but there's no relationship. You build a relationship, people don't have to go to Amazon, right? They'll get it from you, and you make a lot more money from your store than Amazon, right?
Yep. Yes. But just to be able to make it easy to become a customer. It's not like a whole difficult process. You're not asking for them to spend 20 minutes filling out a checkout page, So we want it to be seamless and fast for you to be able to get all the coffee you need.
And you dropped a really important nugget there, right? And that's why I like talking to folks that really understand the game, especially when you've been around the program long enough and you start to see in the matrix, as we call it, like you can never go back, right? Mm-hmm. But Carol just said she had someone buy yesterday after 14 sessions. They visited her site 14 times before making the first purchase. How many of you that came into the group and said, hey, man, I'm not converting clicks. These clicks aren't buying. I can't get my people to buy for me. What's going on? Right? Audit my store. Tell me what's wrong. Right? Mm-hmm. Man, 90% of the time, you haven't put up enough shots. Like, you got to bring people back. Sometimes they'll do it on session 1. Sometimes they'll do it on session number 14. Right? And then off the top of your head, do you remember, or even if you wanted to ballpark it, how big that order was?
Gosh, I think it was like $49 or something.
Okay, so they grabbed one thing?
Our orders have been kind of our average order value has been up lately. So that's been good. Okay, so this order was for just $31, but it was their first order, 2 sessions over 21 days. So, this one was, first order, first session over 1 day for $40.
Right.
And 4 sessions over 13 days for $85.
2 weeks to make 100. Not bad.
No, and not even using any promo codes or anything. So it's just interesting to see how some people look for promo codes and others just check out and go. I mean, yeah.
Right. And that sort of thing only happens when you are using follow-up messaging and marketing, right? If everything is transactional, then everything is requiring some type of a crazy deal. Your stuff is always on sale on your store right now, right? Then the only thing that you're taking out of by always being on sale, always going a low price right now. A few people have talked about this in a couple of threads, right? When you're always going for the lowest price, like you're only taking money out of your pocket, right? But you can engage folks. You can keep them coming back and just build a little bit of trust and confidence. And these folks will show up and pay full price. No questions asked. Thank you very much. Right? Those are the best ones, because now you actually get to eat off that person. And imagine, like, you do a good job with this customer, Carol, you get them to come back and pay full price again. Boy, how much is a customer like that worth to you? Right?
For sure. Yeah, for sure. And that's what's been, it's kind of hard in the beginning of a program like this, is you want to see results right now. There's some, and you're really good at coaching people on, here's some things you can do this week that will automatically start increasing some of your results. But then these are like your longer term goals. This is where you need to get to. And we're all running a marathon. I mean, if your goal is to build a very successful brand, that's never done overnight. So it's taking what works and doing more of that, and then taking what doesn't work. And, it's being innovative constantly. So getting, trying to think of like, how do you get more traffic? Can you collaborate with a complementary brand to yours that has an email list? I've got an email list and you've got an email list. So to get together and say, what if we did a giveaway of these things and you email your list with this link, etc. Then that is free traffic, I guess. And then it's trying to have a mixture of all of that.
Exactly. Right, because folks, when you build an engine, right, and you can turn your clicks into leads, they don't have to be a buyer today. They could be a lead today, right? When you have that sort of a thing set up to turn them into a lead, turn leads into customers, now you can really treat traffic like gas, right? Mm-hmm. We all know, like, this is a new world. This is a new landscape. Like a couple years ago, right? Hell, just the beginning of last year, Facebook was plug and play for e-com. Hey, throw your stuff up on Facebook and you're good to go. But iOS 14 changed all that, right? And now they're doing more and more where it's making tracking less and less. And like you have less resources, there's less things that are plug and play. It's more important than ever to be smart and to build your platform, right? When you build a platform, you can go and buy gas from wherever, right? Okay, Facebook sucks now. Okay. Or maybe TikTok is super hot right now. Or maybe, some of the affiliates and influencers that we're talking about in the sales engine right now. And, these affiliate programs are rocking. We're not going to tell them too much about that one, Carol. That's for our, for the sales engine. But, building your own army of folks that can make money selling your stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
And always trying to be value first. I've gained some really strong customers locally in my town just by donating coffee to a silent auction for a gala, right? Like I'm going to give them a bag of coffee and a tumbler to be auctioned off. Well, that's a lot of eyeballs on my product. That's me doing the right thing for a nonprofit organization. But then generally, like, the winners of those products haven't had your brand before. So it's just bringing value first, doing the right thing.
Absolutely. And when you get into the game with the right mindset, then it makes the game easier. It makes the hard days easier, right? And it makes the good days feel that much better because you make money and you feel good about it. Right. And that's like, if you're going to be doing this for longer than like a year, folks, you need that positive reinforcement. It has to be about more than just money. If you're smart, especially do some of the stuff we talk about here, like you'll make money, but how long you do it for and how you feel about it and how your customers feel about you. That's the difference between being around, this time next year right? And being ahead of where you were this time the year before, right?
Yeah.
So, Carol, I'm super glad that you were able to hop on this call and share some of your knowledge and your experience with some of the members of this group. All right, just put a post out in the group. We're basically relaunching our Ecom Sales Engine 2.0. Right, we're going to be dropping some brand new trainings in there. We're going to be doing a lot of different things to help people take advantage of this new landscape post iOS 14 and how to build really profitable programs. Right. Again, you can get all the details for the program in the post that you'll find in the group. Right. But just to be super clear, right, like who the program is for and who it's not for. We drop plenty of free resources and knowledge into the group. Right. Mm-hmm. If this program is not for you if you're the type that just wants to kind of like do everything by yourself. Right. Because we don't approach the game like that. It's not for you if you're not the type that's going to work at stuff, right? Because girl, you were grinding super hard, right? And to the point where you had to get a virtual assistant, right? But you had to get a virtual assistant, you had to get help because you were busting your ass for long enough to build the systems and understand the processes enough where you could automate some of those tasks. So you got to come in, willing to do what it takes. And the other thing is like, its resources are important, right? We're not talking about like blogging. We're not talking about like trying to be an influencer yourself and, spending all your time spamming Facebook groups and promoting on Instagram and stuff like that. We're talking about building systems so you can make paid traffic profitable and you can grow your following and then monetize that, right? So if that sounds like, I'm not any of the above, right? This program could be a great fit for you. It's designed to help you grow a really profitable brand. It's designed to show you how to convert those clicks into leads and customers, keep your customers coming back and buying more, sell even more stuff to them, right? Drive the right type of traffic and feel good about what you're doing, right? If that sounds like you, right? Definitely check out the announcement post, or you can just leave a comment below this video and say transformation, and somebody reach out to you and we'll go over some additional details. Right. So, Carol, obviously, you've been around the program for a while. What would you say to someone who's maybe on the fence about working with us or joining the program?
I have so much value in it. I've been here for over a year. So I think if you're on the fence, you probably have like legitimate concerns because you've maybe gotten burned before, but we're really kind of a family in this group. And so we don't leave anyone behind, as Mike says, like no store left behind. He actually means it. Really so, we are, we're a strong group of people like with entrepreneur mindsets. We're in it for a marathon here, and we all understand that sometimes it gets exhausting. But if you're on the fence, honestly, it's one of the best investments you can make because quickly you learn things that can increase your sales right away. So if you come in and you are coachable and you can do the things that you're told, you will get your money back in the form of sales. But I mean, it's more than that. So I think if you're on the fence, it's just time to come on in.
All right. Yeah, the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with, right? And this is something that our coach used to say us when I was playing football, right? From high school and college. Football is a game of inches, right? Like 1 inch between a touchdown or not a touchdown. 1 inch between a first down and not a first down. 1 inch between the Super Bowl being over and you lose or the Super Bowl being over and you win, right? Yeah. E-commerce is a game of percentages. Mm-hmm. 1% in your online store conversion rate could be the difference between you doubling your sales, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. 1% could be the difference between your paid traffic being profitable and your paid traffic being in the red. Profitable paid traffic means you can grow. Unprofitable paid traffic means you need to work within your thing to get it more profitable, right? It's a game of percentages. I want to help you guys manipulate those percentages. I want you to understand what they are and understand exactly what you can do to impact those percentages. So that way you're in control for life, right? I don't have an agency, right? I'm not trying to make you pay me every single month. That's not my goal, right? My goal is to turn you into the type of business owner that can fish for life and have the right mindset. So a year later, right, maybe you want to come in and drop some additional knowledge on new folks, and you can each one reach one and bring them up. When I say no store left behind, I mean it. Carol, quote stuff that I say because I am who I am, right? Yeah. I am what you see, and that's what we're all about. So Carol, thank you so much for hopping on the call with us. Thank you for continuing to, bring energy and life to our group. Thank you for focusing on good products and taking good care of your customers. And thank you for what you do in your community as well. Man, I know they value you out there.
Well, and thank you for helping me get there.
Yep. We're a family out here, folks. And I will catch you guys in the next episode.